Hey guys, it's Mo the dog trainer. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about clicker training. What is clicker training or marker training, and how is it effective in helping your dog learn? So clicker training is basically a marker, a word, or a click that lets your dog know that he has done something correct. So before, with traditional training, people used to force their dogs to do something that they want them to do, like sit or lay down. They will pull on the leash all the way until the dog lays down, and then they will make the dog do the behavior. But now with the marker training or clicker training, you basically either you wait for the dog to do something that you like, and then you click it, or you mark it and reward, or you can teach them by luring or shaping or other various methods to do the behavior, and then you click and then you reward. So basically the clicker is basically just the bridge between what you want the dog to do, the sound, and then the reward. So clicker training or marker training is going to teach your dog what he is going to be doing correctly, and then you're going to reward him. So how do we teach this clicker training, this reward training, marker to your dog? So basically the first step that you have to do is you have to charge the clicker or the marker. So what do I mean by that? So if you're going to be using a clicker, you're basically going to charge the clicker, and then you're going to have treats or food, which I recommend to use your the dog's kibble. So basically you want to do this training in the morning when you're about to feed your dog. So have the food bowl ready, have his food in the bowl, and then you're either going to use a clicker like I said, or you're going to use a marker word, which I normally use the word yes, and then I reward the dog. So for instance, you want to use the clicker. So what I'll do is I'll grab the dog, I'll grab the food in the bowl, I'll sit down somewhere. Obviously you want to make sure that you have time to do this, and you want to just do this if you want to do half of the dog's portion, or you want to do the whole bowl. So basically what you're going to do, if you're using a clicker, you're going to click, and then you're going to wait 1 second, and then you're going to reward. You're going to click, wait 1 second, and reward. Now the reason I say you want to wait 1 second is because you want to do it within 1 to 2 seconds of the click or of the marker. Obviously in the beginning he doesn't know what the click means, so you have to teach him. So that's why you're gonna just click and treat. Click 1 second, treat. Click 1 second, treat. Or you're gonna use the word yes, treat. Yes, treat. Yes, treat. And eventually when you say yes, the dog is either gonna look at you in anticipation for the treat, or when you click, he's gonna look at you right away because he's gonna get a treat. Now remember this, when you click, you have to give your dog a treat. There's no ifs, buts about it. If you say the word yes, you have to give your dog a treat, because then it's just gonna water down the clicker, the marker, and the dog is just gonna, he's not gonna associate that word with the food or the reward, because you're not being consistent. So you have to be consistent when it comes to marker training or clicker training. So now that you have practiced the marker word or the clicker, and your dog knows what the sound means or what the word means, you want to start training. So make sure that you always reward when you click, you always reward when you say the word yes. Whichever word you're going to use or clicker, you want to reward. So if you want to teach your dog to sit, you're either going to lure the dog into a sit, which basically what it is you put a food kibble in your hand, and you put it on the dog's nose, and you lure his head up and the butt touches the ground. So wherever the head goes, the rear end does the opposite. So if you go up with the head, the butt goes down. If you bring the treat down, he's gonna lay down. So you wanna reward the behavior within 1 to 2 seconds. So let's say you wanna teach your dog to sit. Either you're gonna wait and capture the behavior. So most likely if you stand there with a treat in your hand, your dog is gonna sit. The moment the butt touches the ground, you're gonna do 1 second, you're gonna treat, and then you're gonna say yes and reward. So just a little side note, you're not really teaching your dog to sit or to down or to stand or to walk. You're basically teaching the dog the cue. So you're teaching your dog that when you say the word, that's what you want him to do. So if you tell the dog to sit, he understands that the sit means that he has to put his butt on the ground, which he knows what to do. So capturing is basically waiting for the dog to do the behavior that you want, and you're going to click and you reward. Now, again, I'm going to keep repeating this because it's going to help you. So you want to reward the dog within 1 second to 2 seconds of the actual behavior that you want him to do or that you want to reward. Let's say your dog yawns, you know, he's yawning. If you want to put that on cue, you're going to click within 1 second of he yawns, and then you're going to reward. If he barks, within 1 second of his bark, you're going to treat and reward. And then notice that I haven't said you're going to tell the dog to sit. You're just basically clicking and rewarding, clicking and rewarding. So when you charge the clicker, like I said in the beginning of the video, you're not going to expect the dog to sit. You're not going to expect the dog to lay down. You're not going to really tell the dog to do anything. Basically what you're doing is you're clicking and you're treating. You're clicking and you're treating. The more you do this, the more, the stronger the click or the reward is going to get, and the dog is going to pay attention to that sound or that reward, and he's going to get it. Whether you tell him to sit and then you click, whether you teach him to down and you click, he's going to learn the moment he hears that sound, he has done something correctly, and he's going to get a reward. Remember, always reward when you use the clicker. If you accidentally push the clicker, you have to give him a treat. If you accidentally say yes, you have to give him a treat so he can associate the marker with a reward is coming. So the first exercise that you should be doing after your dog learns the marker is basically you teach him to sit. So you're not going to use a word because the dogs don't understand what the word means yet. So that's why the clicker is going to teach the dog what the word is going to mean. So like I said, if you want to capture the behavior, you wait, you stand there. The dog is looking at you. Just make sure that he knows that you have food. And then you're going to wait till he sits. The moment he touches the ground with his butt, you're going to click and you're going to give him a reward. Or you're going to use the yes word and you're going to give him a reward. I'm going to be using both terms here, the clicker and the word. Whatever you want to use, it's fine. Some people don't like using the clicker because it's an extra thing that they have to carry in their hand. Your word, you're always going to have it. You can teach. If you forget the clicker, you're always going to have the word yes. So either way, it works well. So now if you want to lure the dog into a sit, you're going to put the treat on his nose. He's going to be standing. You're going to let him sniff the treat. He's going to sniff the treat. You're going to raise it slowly. If you go too fast, he's probably going to either lose interest, or he can jump up because you're going up too fast, and that's what you don't want to teach him to jump. So you're going to go slow like a magnet, and then he's going to bring his head up and he's going to touch the ground, and you're going to watch the moment he touches the ground with his butt. You're going to mark it yes, and then you're going to reward. After you repeat this behavior for 10 to 15 times and basically and he sits right away, what you're going to do is you're going to add the word sit. So basically you're going to say sit, and then you're going to lure him. The butt touches the ground, you click. Sit, lure, butt touches the ground, yes, reward. Sit, lure, butt touches the ground, you reward. After he does that about 80 to 90% of the time, or 9 out of 10 times, what you want to do is you want to test the word. You're going to say sit. If he sits, you're going to mark it yes and reward. So now you know that he knows the word sit. Now remember, just because he knows the word sit in the living room doesn't mean he knows the word in the kitchen. Dogs don't generalize well. So what you're going to do is you're going to teach the dog to sit in the living room first, and then you're going to teach him to sit in the kitchen. Then you're going to teach him to sit in the hallway. You're going to teach him to sit in the bedroom. If you have to start the process all over again in different rooms, then that's what you're going to have to do until the dog learns that, oh, okay, sit means sit here, sit means sit there, sit means sit next to the fridge, next to the table. Because like I said, dogs don't generalize well. If you teach your dog to sit in the living room and then you tell him to sit in the kitchen and you haven't trained him in the kitchen and he doesn't do it, he's not being stubborn, he just doesn't understand. So you want to generalize his behavior from here to there to there, and then obviously he's going to learn that sit means sit everywhere. So that's it for now for clicker training. I hope you get started with your dog, with your puppy, especially if you just got a new puppy. Start clicker training first. Don't worry about telling them how to sit, how to down. Start clicker training and building that bridge of communication. I will be posting more videos of puppy training and dog training. I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel.